Hey, what's going on YouTube? I had to take a little break from making YouTube videos, but a little on that later. As you can see here, I'm doing my workup for my PR day on Saturday, so squat, chest, and deadlift. And what I wanted to show you here is my 350 pound back squat, high bar back squat attempt at 350 about a month ago. And then a month later, see how the bar speed is. So in this video, when I get into the hole, my back is in a really bad position, which you can hurt yourself. And then in the second video, you can see that I'm more upright and I don't struggle as much getting out to the hole. And then you'll see a speed comparison in which I have both the videos side to side. My lockout is about the same, but I feel like I'm stronger out of the hole with the same amount of weight. Descend about the same time, back's more straight, don't need a spot. So the following day, I'm doing deadlifts, and whenever you're doing the Jim Wendler's 5-3-1 program, you're thinking about that one pull that you're finally going to do. You want speed off the ground, nice and controlled. You want to make sure that there's no doubts about the lift. So as you can see, I'm actually deadlifting barefoot or in socks, which actually helps to shorten the range of motion that you're pulling the bar. And in my case, since I'm super short, it doesn't matter all that much, but if you're wearing shoes, your shoes might have like a half an inch or a quarter of an inch off the ground, and you're actually pulling the weight through a deficit, which is wasted energy to put into the lift. So if you're doing a PR attempt, it's actually going to be a detriment because you probably could put more weight on the bar. As you can see, coming about a month ago, I was deadlifted 435 pounds in shoes, and these Nike Romaleos, they have a slight tilt on your toe, so you're leaning forward a little bit so you can get more depth. So seeing this lift, I'm actually leaning more forward, so you have to balance the weight a little bit more. And in this lift, when I pull for a PR, I'm more flat, and you can see the weight is a little more controlled when I'm coming up. Now we'll do a speed comparison. It looks like in this speed comparison, I'm actually moving at the same speed, but it's just different weight. So that means I'm actually getting stronger because it's more weight that I'm moving at the same speed. So a little backstory on me before I get into these PR attempts. So this is me in 2013 in college when I could bench 300 pounds, squat 400 pounds, and deadlift 500, and it never crossed my mind to record any of those lifts, so that's why I'm not counting those. And this is the best lifts that I have up until this point, about 2 years later. But during this time, I was lifting in the gym for 2 to 4 hours at a time, doing bodybuilding and powerlifting workouts, chasing aesthetics and strength at the same time. What some people like to call power building now, which it is possible, but you have to build strength, in my opinion, first before you can start chasing aesthetics. You have to get to a certain strength before you can start pumping that muscle up with hypertrophy, which is what bodybuilding is all about. And during my time in lifting, I had a struggle between those two schools of thought, powerlifting and lifting for aesthetics. And then as you can see in this picture, this is me when I start power building with a purpose, and that was my programming, the 5-3-1 Jim Wendler programming with secondary accessory exercises as aesthetics. So I started lifting weights in 2010, and then up until 2013, that's when I got super strong, and I hurt myself a lot, and I was spending way too much time in the gym. And then from 2013 until 2015, I started moving towards strength stuff, and eventually power building came into play when I started adapting Jim Wendler's 5-3-1 program with the secondary hypertrophy movements. So if I could give you one nugget of advice, is in those 3 years from 2010 to 2013, I was wasting my time not planning any of my workouts. I didn't play with any percentages because I thought it was dumb. I made more gains in the 2 years that I was lifting with the program than the 3 years. Yeah, right now my lifts are subpar of what I was lifting, but if I had that programming for the entire 5-year point, I don't even know where I'd be at right now. Maybe competing, but yeah, just walking in the gym with a purpose and, get some programming. Alright, so let's get into this PR attempt at 370 pounds. And as you can see, I'm super nervous about this weight because I'm already exhausted from the past 3 days of lifting and only getting rest for a couple of days, not getting enough sleep. And you'll see that I paused the weight at the bottom, which is bad because you want to bounce out of the hole. But this was a struggle, but this is when you just get your mental game in check and push through it. And you can tell when you're about to get into a really dangerous position because your body just gives up and you have to let the weight bail. But just continue pushing and you'll get those PRs. And especially in like the state that I was in, I was surprised that I could get this. So usually when you do your PR attempts, you're gonna hit a set of 5, a triple, and then 3 singles, with the last single being your PR attempt. And you can see on these weights, I'm actually going to be grinding every PR attempt that I have, and usually this is bad if you are grinding consistently with your workouts, but since this upcoming attempt is a PR attempt, it's not bad. But if you're grinding the weight, drop the weight and redo it again. But as you can see at this 275 pound attempt, I get the bar down, nice out of the hole, and then, I don't know, it just wasn't moving anymore. So this was my PR attempt a year ago, and then coming up is my most recent PR attempt. I'm also bench pressing in a power rack just to protect myself so I don't have to do the bar wobble to get the weight off my chest if I did fail. I would recommend doing this if you do have a power squat in the gym and you don't have a spot. So last but not least is my deadlift PR. I ended up pulling 460 pounds for my best right now. I tried to throw 10 more pounds on the bar to pull for 470, but my body was super tired and this was already the end of my workout. I think I was already there for maybe about 3 hours before I did this attempt. So I did talk about in the beginning of my video that I won't be posting for a while, so I'm going to end up losing most of my gains. Well, I'm crossing my fingers that I don't, but when I do come back, I'll be sure to post before pictures before I start lifting again, so you can see me go through this journey again. I'm hoping that these weights will come up faster and easier since I'll be programming. Again, thank you for all the support. I hope you're enjoying my videos. Please comment and I'll try and get back to you. And enjoy this raw deadlift attempt. She told me don't worry. Mahalo for watching my video. Remember, you're stronger than you think. Happy lifting. Please subscribe.